Okay. We are here again with another demo from the nextfest. Today's first demo is the life and suffering of Prince Jerian. And guess what? We will play as Prince Jerian, who apparently had an amazing life, full of suffering. Relatable, honestly. Anyway, shock, yes. First reaction, shock. Only the Italians will understand. Anyway, this is going to be our first demo today. It's clearly a story-heavy game, choice-based. Let's hope we will make the right choices and we won't die immediately. So the game protagonist is male. So I think we can just call ourselves Geriaster. Sounds like geriatric. No, we can be Jerian. Choose another name? Oh, we can't be Jerian. So we are like Iliaster. No, we can actually be Hyaster. Honestly, Hyaster is kinda gender neutral if you think about it. Haya feels more, I don't know, on the feminine side. But Hyaster is a bit... Iliaster makes sense too. But at the same time... Let's be Hyaster, it's okay. Okay. Chapter replay. You will be able to return to the beginning of any chapter you've already finished and resume play. Yes, yes. Lester. David. Bob. We could be Bob. Bob is not bad. John. No, John. I don't feel like a John. Also, Kogu, thank you for the... What was the stream streak? For a 15 stream streak. I couldn't see the number from the preview. Bob is a very strong name, right? I agree. Makes me think of Bob the Builder. I said Bob to jesters. We are a hive mind. We know. Hello, Shail! Happy Friday! Thank you for the lurk! Take care! Okay, but no, we can be Hyaster. Steve is also pretty nice. Bobby Bush? Bobster. Hyster. Let's see Bobster. I actually like Bobster. Okay. Okay. We will play as Bobster. The manly, strong Bobster. Consequences visible. The effects your choices will have on the protagonist's life will be visible to you in advance. Okay. Let's play like this. Not Boobster. Skirk. Welcome, happy Friday. Not Boobster. Bobster. Higher store. Tips visible. Tips playing in game mechanics will be shown during gameplay. Okay. Are we ready to start our journey as Bob? Bobster, but my friends call me Bob. Right. The life and suffering of Prince Jerian is a game of choices and consequences. Every decision you make shapes the story, unlocking some paths and closing others. You will not always overcome the challenges you face, so be prepared to fail. Story of my life. No problem, I'm ready. I'm geared for this. At times, the choice you want to make will be out of reach. Because you are not ready. Your strength is depleted, or you have bound the protagonist to a different fate. Okay, I actually like this. The word of the game will not bend to your wishes. Not even in games! What are we doing? If you want to leave your mark on the world, you must be ready to sacrifice. To surrender what you hold dear, to betray what is important to you. I like this. I am already digging this game. You will face difficult choices, and you will live with their consequences. Victory will not come easily. That is what gives it value. What the fuck do you think this is a game? No, you're right. This is life. Time to sacrifice the firstborn, and the second, and the third. Because ruthlessness is mercy upon ourselves! Poseidon told me! The life and suffering of Prince Jerian is a game about becoming a ruler, struggling for power and fighting to change the future of your empire without abandoning your true self. We should discuss who do we want to be. Pain and suffering are part of this story. They help the protagonist grow and understand himself. Accept your weakness, your vulnerability, and your powerlessness, for they are all part of the plan. Live Prince Jerian's life so that in the end you may find purpose, if not happiness. Okay. I love the art. Looks gorgeous.
Memories. The pages of an unfinished book. A lifetime flashes before my eyes. Who were these people to me? Who was I to them? What have we done? What have we accomplished? My life, the life of my nation, they have become inextricably intertwined. But now the time has come to ask myself the truly important questions.
Okay, I'm ready.
Questions I must answer now, no matter how much I might want to hide from them.
Intense. Does pineapple go on pizza? It's going to be the first untouchable rule of my kingdom. Death penalty to whoever puts pineapple on pizza. Unless they remove tomato sauce. In that case, I don't know. Only a bit of whipping, I guess. Game demo. Obscurity is the prelude to our story. It will introduce you to the world, its nature, its laws, and its traditions. The events of this chapter will lay the foundation of the protagonist's personality and destiny. Every decision you make will have consequences that affect the future of the protagonist and the empire as a whole. What kind of man will Bobster be? How can I take this seriously? What have I done? I already made the worst decision possible. What kind of man will Bobster become? That depends on you. Looks sick for 5 years ago. What? 5 years ago? What? It's a new game. Not released. No. It will be released. It's gonna be released this summer. You are thinking about the other game. The life and suffering of the other dude. There is another game from the same creators. This is new. Yeah, the other dude. It should still be in universe. Exactly, Brante. Yes. It should still be the same universe. Yes. We are only playing demos of games that are still to come. Okay, so we are Bobster. A look back. What was the purpose of your life? Everyone asks this question when their life is about to run its course, be they emperor or slave, simply because their time is up. And it is only natural, for you will face the divine twins soon. Who the divine twins? And they will see you as you are, their gazes devoid of both judgment and love. You will be yet another dull, clueless mortal who accomplished nothing during his brief time in this world. You started writing this book to work out just what your life was. What was the golden thread that pieced the disjointed moments and days together to form the tapestry of your fate? But now that the book is almost finished, you still feel empty inside. Maybe you got lost along the way. Maybe you took a wrong turn, made a bad decision, chose the wrong person, and all meaning simply vanished from your life, winked out of existence, evaporated like smoke drifting up from an extinguished candle. Hello, Cathy, happy Friday! Welcome! There's something that drives you and gives you the strength to fight. It spurs you to action, urges you to make sacrifices, achieve victories, and perform feats of valor, or back down and betray those who trusted you. This explains the way you lived and the decisions you made. So, what is it? What is the one thing worth living for? Oh, okay. So, which type of character do we want to be? Do we want to be more like good, more like evil? We usually play... I feel like we usually try to play good characters. So maybe being a piece of shit could be fun. Duty could be cool. Maybe in a cold way, like... So like IRL, exactly. Bet. Let's go. Life has no meaning. Piece of shit that only cares about it. But honor is inherently... Like, honor is positive. Okay, let's look at the little text. Changing the word. I am someone who reshapes the world. Okay. Duty. I am someone who does his duty. But it's a lawful angle. A wrong sense of honor. But duty is like a lawful angle, right? Love and affection. Loves and no compassion. No, boring. We will not do that this time. Your own freedom and desires. I am someone who breaks the chains that bind him. So this can also be selfish. It's interesting. But it's also not necessarily... it's neither negative or positive. It's just kind of chaotic. Your own greatness. I am someone who stands above all others. This could actually be interesting. Like we only care about ourselves. Your own greatness looks very shitty. Yes. Life has no meaning. Life is pointless. There's no use living yourself. Also kind of inspires me. I think I am torn between your own greatness and life has no meaning. What do we prefer? Is there more? No. Life has no meaning sounds very depressive. Yeah, maybe your own greatness. You are the depressed one. You are the above all. Okay, then I will go with your own greatness. Yeah, life has no meaning is a bit too... Okay, so... Live your dreaming... Okay, guys, okay. Okay. So, I am someone who stands above all others. The book lies open before you. You found the answer you were looking for. Life is nothing if you don't strive for greatness. It's all about surpassing everyone else, proving your superiority in all things. That was what gave you strength. That was the guiding thread that led you through life, one day at a time. People will worship your name for centuries. Your legacy will live forever in the undying souls of Arknians. In the undying souls of Arknians and the feeble minds of humans. The fuck are Arknians if not humans? Are they the gods? You wanted the whole world to be yours, for it to submit and yield to your will. I like this. And it did. It yielded. You poured your whole self into being the best. That's right. It was all there, living in you, guiding you. It made you who you are and justified what you did. So, why can't you put the matter to rest and close the book? Haven't you found the words to speak before the everlasting throne? You hesitate. Memories of things past flood your mind. You recall the events, the faces, the smells, the flavors. A street right after the rain. A patch of soft grass beneath your head. Horses neighing, the clamor of the crowd. The clashes of steel. A touch. Another person's lips on yours. Cold, condemning silence. Bitter disappointment. Fear, madness and passion. A weak glimmer of hope. The past sweeps over you like a tide. You sit motionless, peering into your book. What could you have done differently to be sure of your answer right now? What could you have done to avoid this fear and confusion? Is greatness really the true purpose of a person's life? What if you missed something? What if there's something much more important than power, glory, or being remembered? You go back to the first page of your memoirs, scanning the words, searching for anything you might have missed. It feels like your life is beginning anew. The book transports you back to the days before you were born. You're not ready to put it down yet. Okay. 4 years old. So the first chapter will be Obscurity. Click and unlock chapter if you like to return to the... Okay. We can continue. Continue? Okay. Chapter 1, Obscurity. Chapter stories. The key events in a chapter are tied together into stories. Your achievements and failures throughout these stories will shape your fate. To unlock an event, you must fulfill all conditions and wait for the appropriate scene to occur. Okay. Let's start. You are taking your first steps in a cold, unfamiliar world. Despite your tender age, you know almost nothing of affection, sympathy, or simple human touch. Will you be able to find any of these things as you begin to venture out? Will you be able to make friends, find someone to teach you the ways of this world, secure your first victories, and learn what sort of fate awaits you? Will you be able to stay true to yourself and carry the treasures of childhood throughout your life? Phantoms of the Future. Bobster! Why did we do that? Okay. So, unbreakable bond. You made real friends who will always be part of your life. Okay, so for this we need to meet Emil and Martha? Teacher's pet. You lived up to your mentor's hopes by focusing on your future. Oh, so there are also stats that we need? Okay. Bobster. You managed to preserve part of the person you were before your birth. Okay, so your life is only just beginning, but you already have difficult decisions to make. What is more important to you? Living in the moment or making sacrifices today for the sake of some elusive future? What is more important for us? I mean, if we want greatness, we have to think about, you know, the long run. Okay, I click this. Bobster, 4 years old. Personality. Oh, so we can pick stats. This is sanity. Okay. Okay, the little heads are our sanity. I like how their expression changes the more we, well, descend into madness, I guess. Okay, so logic, your tendency to analyze a situation before coming to a carefully considered rational decision. Balance, logic, and passion is 3 to 7. Your tendency to perceive the world through your emotions. I think we need to be a bit more logical than... Oh, but we can't... Oh, we can't adjust them. I think they will change with the game. Okay, so we are like... We are balanced. 5 and 5 everywhere. Okay. Skills. The knowledge and abilities that allow you to overcome various challenges. Management, apprentice. Okay, we suck. Diplomacy, we suck. Scholarship, we suck. Understandable, we are 4. We are 4. So management is aptitude for financial and administrative tasks. Diplomacy, aptitude for negotiation and political maneuvering. Scholarship, ability to resolve theological and scientific conundrums. Okay. Next. Chapter 1. Obscurity, 4 years old. The stranger. Your path lies across the colorful pattern of the carpet. You have to be very careful as you hop from one little island to another. A single misstep and you could tumble into a lake of lava. A menacing giant rises before you. He guards dusty old books during the day and watches you with his glassy eyes at night. You creep by, trying not to wake him. Another hop, you're almost there. Today, you'll make your way to the big unexplored wardrobe on the far side of the room. You're finally going to find out who lives there. Sometimes the wardrobe dweller makes the door creak just a little. What is this? Wait a second. Oh, there is someone living in the wardrobe? Are we hallucinating? I mean, we are 4, but... Some kind of shadow seems to flit through the depths of the great wooden box every time you walk by. And at nightfall, when you can see the sun setting through your window, something in the wardrobe shimmers, almost as though it's giving you a sign. At last, you finally reach the wardrobe. The door is closed. Your mysterious roommate isn't making it creak or casting colorful spots along the wall. You wonder, if you can't see him, is he even really there? The handle is so high you can barely reach it. You stand on your tiptoes, straining for the handle. There! Now you just have to pull it down without letting go and... The door opens. You trip and fall face first into some heavy articles of clothing. The fabric is all so different to the touch. Some of it scratchy, some smooth. Sneezing from the dust, you reach out to push the clothes apart and make your way deeper into the wardrobe. Narnia? Someone stares in the darkness. You freeze. Was it just a trick of the light? Is that a mirror? Suddenly, a pair of eyes flash deep inside the wardrobe. The wardrobe dweller recoils, then steps forward, staring at you. Your heart feels like it's about to burst out of your chest. Who is he? And what does he want with you? Why is he here? What if he creeps out of the wardrobe one day? What if he creeps right up to your bed when you're asleep? Your hands clench into fists. The anger within you is at war with your curiosity. What does the wardrobe dweller want? Why is he hiding in the dark like this? Is he like you? Does he have any toys? A flute? The stranger stares at you intently. There's something odd about the way he's acting. You should attack first and show him your strength. Seize the upper hand while you still can. Or would that be too risky? What if you fail to best him? I want to be more logical than passionate, and I think it's a freaking mirror. So we will take a closer look. You ginger... Oh, we are so adorable! Look at that happy face! Look at this happy face! I want Bobster to be happy. Let's do our best to be happy by crushing everyone in our path. Yes! Yes! Let's protect Bobster. You gingerly wave to the stranger. Let's be the asshole. We are Bobster. Also, I want to be a cunning asshole. I don't think punching the darkness will lead us to greatness. Like, I want to be more logical than passionate. I want to be a cold asshole. Sounds bad. Hello there. He waves back. Also, right now we are 4. He copies your movements perfectly. What if you make a silly face at the wardrobe dweller and he sticks his tongue out at you too? So that's it. The stranger is your exact copy. He's you. You touch the cool, smooth surface that divides you. Your double reaches tentatively toward your outstretched hand. He's just like you, but there's something vaguely unsettling about him. His piercing gaze makes you shrink backward. You are one and the same, yet somehow different at the same time. You lean forward, waving your arms. The double copies your movements exactly. You seem to be able to control him, but what if he decides to act on his own one day? You cast one last glance into the dark depths of the wardrobe before closing the door. The double keeps staring at you. Do-do-do-do. We got 1 point in logic. Okay. We are now 6 years old. Cornelius' Guidance. Okay. It's the name of this chapter. This morning is just like all the others that have come before it. The air feels thick and stuffy, making it hard to breathe. The walls are slowly closing in on you. Yet another unbearable day locked in your room. Thank you for the lurk star. Good luck with work. Ages ago, before you learned to walk, people used to carry you around. All sorts of faces would float above you, speaking in high-pitched voices, frowning and smiling. They used to make pleasant noises at you, play with you, teach you to talk, sing nursery rhymes. With them, you were allowed to laugh and cry, learn new things, and expand your view of the world. But in the end, they always walked out the door and disappeared, leaving you alone. Didn't turn on the fan for... You know every little nook and cranny of this cursed room. Are we trapped? Why are we living trapped in this room? Curious. Every single crack in the wooden furniture has been etched into your memory. The dusty smell of the heavy curtains on the windows permeates your entire being. You've explored everything there is to explore here. You've already memorized all the pictures in the books. There are lots of books in the room, but very few of them have pictures. Hello, kitten! Happy Friday! Welcome, welcome! Hope you're doing okay today. Oh, is that a maid? You hear footsteps in the hallway. Servants come and go every day, cleaning your room and feeding you. A stern nursemaid walks into the room with a bowl of porridge, sits you at the table, gives you a spoon, and sits down to wait. You've asked her over and over again to let you out, but she always says no. I can't. You have to stay in your room. But for how long and why? No one will tell you. Oh, I'm sorry to hear, kitten. I hope you will get better soon. Yeah. You hear an unfamiliar commanding voice right outside your door. You don't know who it belongs to, but their order is obeyed at once. The door opens. You remain rooted to the spot, overwhelmed by a combination of impatience, curiosity, and fear. As your guest steps over to the threshold, you gasp in shock. You've never seen such a gigantic person before, and his skin is blue. What? His skin is blue? Okay. And his eyes. The blue irises are so bright they seem to glow. That's when you realize that you've actually seen blue giants like these in your books, but you never thought they were real. The visitor gives you an appraising look. The intensity of his gaze and your rising anxiety give you goosebumps. Why has this person come to see you? What does he want? Hello, child. My name is Cornelius. I will be your mentor. We have a mentor. Don't be disturbed by the color of my skin. I am an Arknian. Blue blood flows through my veins. You must have a lot of questions. I promise that they will be answered in due time. But for now, come with me. Your palms grow sweaty, your heart pounding madly in your chest. Did this Arknian just invite you to follow him? Are you really about to leave your prison? You quickly crawl down from the chair. The nursemaid behind Cornelius clears her throat, then musters the courage to tell the Arknian that you aren't allowed to leave the room. Overcome by hope and anxiety, your mouth goes dry. You freeze in anticipation. Shadow falls over Cornelius' face. The tension in the air grows palpable. He remains silent for a moment, then finally replies without turning to face the servant, his voice like ice. I know the rules, and I say that they no longer apply. See that you never speak out of turn again. Come, boy. The nursemaid gives you a silent bow, stepping aside. Your heart thrums with excitement. You hurry out of the room after your savior. The hallway seems to stretch on forever. That's a big place! Okay. The windows are made of dozens of colorful little pieces of glass forming intricate patterns. Outside, you see a marvelous garden. Carefully pruned topiaries and trees you've never seen before become a kaleidoscope of images flashing before your eyes. The sheer number of exciting things hidden beyond your door takes your breath away. There are strange objects everywhere, along with countless new scents and amazing colors. You touch the leg of a still white figure as you walk by. It feels smooth and cool to the touch. You have so much to learn and experience. As you round the corner, the floor rises upward. You find yourself in a spacious upstairs room with lots of doors. There are guards posted next to one of the doors with long, velvety strips of cloth hanging to the sides. The strips have a winged, silver serpent on them, twisting and baring its teeth. As you approach the door, Cornelius, who has been silent all this time, turns to face you once more. For a second, he looks just like that serpent on the cloth strips, exuding the same aura of forbidding magnificence. Listen closely now, child. I know this is all new to you. You'll have to work hard to come to grips with it all. You have a great future ahead of you. To meet it head on, you need to study. You need to gain experience. Stay focused. Get to know the world I've given to you today. Live in it. I will help, and we'll start right now. Come. Gosh. Cornelius lets you into the room, striding in confidently after you. The walls are covered with paintings of blue giants with real swords and shields hung between them. Have we always been in his... Have we been trapped in his place the whole time? I'm confused. But he's not the one keeping us there, so... Hello, Sonic! Happy Friday! Thank you for the lure! Countless tomes fill the bookshelves. The legs of the desks and chairs are decorated with ornate carved patterns. They look nothing like the ones in your bedroom. A slightly older boy with a head of unruly brown curls is sitting in the far corner by the window, swinging his leg in boredom. His leg? He has only one leg? Okay. And is that our first friend? When Cornelius guides you closer, the boy gives you a big grin and waves in greeting. And by first friend, I mean first ally and possible pawn in the conquest of the world. Thank you for the redeem gestures. Maybe one leg is just stuck. That I hope so for him. Okay, he has 2 legs. Good. This is Ferdinand. He will be teaching you today. Oh, he's not a friend. Okay. He'll help you learn everything he knows. Isn't that right, Ferdinand? Of course, teacher. As they say, your head is a vessel for knowledge, not just food. I'm sure we'll stuff his full. He's standing on one leg. Oh, Excellent. It's high time the boy learned his words and numbers. Reading will allow him to explore the world through books, while arithmetic will teach his mind order and discipline. Pick one for today and study your chosen subject. I have business to attend to. You hang on every word that comes out of your rescuer's mouth, still struggling to believe your good fortune. Cornelius suddenly leans towards you, putting his face right at your eye level. Remember what I told you. Study, learn the ways of this world, and stay focused. Cornelius gives you a final pat on the head and departs. Ferdinand doesn't waste any time grabbing your hand and giving it a firm, tough, not painful squeeze. His face splits into a sneaky grin. Well, hello there. It's nice to finally meet you. You must have been bored out of your mind in that room. Stammering anxiously, you tell him that the loneliness of your room has been wearing on you, and you are glad to finally have something new to do. I can imagine. You'd probably find Johannes the Elder's Chronicles exciting at this point. By the way, what's your name? You look away, embarrassed, because your name fucking sucks. No one has ever addressed you by name before, so you find yourself at a loss for words. Ferdinand looks at you, perplexed. You know why. You know, there's a character from this one novel. Why don't I call you Bobster for now? Shit! So we don't know our name, and Ferdinand gives us a name, and that is Bobster. I mean, we picked that. I'm sure you'll appreciate the irony when you read the Dueling Society. Okay. You shrug indifferently, but agree. You have to repeat the new name to yourself quietly a couple times to make it stick. Bobster, Bobster, Bobster. Bobster, Bobster, Bobster. Ferdinand puts 2 books full of big characters and pictures in front of you, but then his face crunches up in thought. He turns to look at the sunlit balcony visible through one of the windows. Cornelius has a meeting with Archduke Monroe right now. I'd sure love to know what kinds of secrets they are telling each other. But this lesson... Say, what if we take a teeny tiny little sneak peek at what they are up to? You know, in case it's something really secret and important. Ferdinand, no! I am here to study! I am here to study and learn and earn my freedom. Congrats for the 3 streaks, Sunny, and thank you! The textbooks lie open on the desk before Ferdinand, but his eyes keep strained to the balcony. Cornelius said that you needed to study. You can't wait to make sense of all the squiggles you've seen in books. But Ferdinand's idea sounds just as tempting. Learning other people's secrets seems so exciting. Okay, so reading lesson, counting lesson, or no, I don't want to spy on them. So scholarship is for theological and scientific stuff. Management is for financial and administrative. I think I want to focus on management for now. So let's have a counting lesson. And dude, you better teach me well. You remind Ferdinand about what Cornelius has said. You were brought here to learn how to count, and that's what you want to do. Ferdinand isn't particularly happy with your decision, but gets swept up in the lesson before long. As he points at the numbers in the book, Ferdinand starts putting coins on the desk. Thinking in numbers is hard at first, but you quickly come to realize that everything around you can be counted. You like this clear, precise way of ordering things. Ferdinand teases you a little whenever you make mistakes, but it doesn't hurt your feelings. He has a little story to tell about each number. He knows so much. You want to be just like him when you grow up. Wow, you're a hard worker. I'm actually a little jealous. Do you want to try solving a problem by yourself now? If the treasury has 8 coins and the empire spends 3 coins on the army, how much will be left in the treasury? Time flies as you add and subtract. The orderly manner in which numbers exist, the rules they conform to, it all seems very compelling to you. Cornelius comes back when it's already dark outside. You are proud to report that you can solve your first problems now. He nods, clearly pleased, and puts a hand on your shoulder. Excellent. You're working at a good clip. Keep this up and you'll do just fine with management and economics. You return to your room, warmed by the knowledge that this isn't forever. You're going to be able to learn new things every day. It feels like the fog is lifting from the world around you, and everything suddenly has a reason, a meaning. But you still have so many questions. Just who is your strange savior? Why did he decide to break the rules and free you from captivity? What does he really want from you? Okay. We have some management points now. Eight years old! We are 8. Your days feel like marbles rolling faster and faster across a wooden floor. It seems like just yesterday you were struggling to reach a book on a high shelf or give your toy soldiers a boat ride in one of your slippers, and now you are sitting on a hard bench behind your desk, gripping a thin, unwieldy quill pen with your ink-stained fingers. A lot has changed since you first met Ferdinand. You're almost never alone now, since Ferdinand isn't your only teacher. All of them are strict and demanding, but you always feel excited about your lessons. You finally have someone to talk to, someone to ask all the questions buzzing around inside your head. Some tutors tell you all about stars and the laws of nature. Others read you legends of old. Ferdinand brings you picture books and big old maps that smell faintly of something sour. You're eager to learn as much as you can about this world, although your teachers never stray beyond the topic of their lesson, as though all of their subjects have been cordoned off by some kind of invisible line. Thank you for the hug, kitten. Cutie. You study diligently, without knowing why. Whenever you ask, your teachers avert their gaze. You've tried asking Cornelius, but even your mentor has no clear answer for you. He says that the purpose of your efforts will be revealed to you later. You grip the pen too hard in frustration, and it snaps in your hand. When exactly is later? Still, you can't stay mad at Cornelius for long. His soft, slightly melancholy smile makes you feel all warm and happy inside. Cornelius is the only Arknian you've met. You're always eager to see him and listen with bated breath to everything he has to say. Every day, a new door seems to open before you. Your world expands, becoming progressively more complex and nuanced. Little by little, you explore the halls and galleries of the palace. You had no idea how vast it truly is. It's astonishing how much the mere ability to leave the building has changed your life. The sky so endlessly high above you, the palace park with its pond, round as a button, the rustling wind and the clouds. You cup little spots of sunlight in your palms. You sense that the world is kind and will always keep you safe. We're getting freedom, yes? A bit. I mean, we're 8 now. We're grown-ups. The warmth makes you feel lazy and content. You squint up at the sun and pause to think about your future. What will it be like? The future. The phrase feels solid and scratchy as you roll it around in your mouth. Can't wait for it to come. The world around you is enormous. You have to pry its secrets out one at a time, but there's no doubt in your mind that one day it will all belong to you. Okay, so we got diplomacy and man. Okay, so we got both the stats. Next. Okay, still 8 years. The last day of the week is for resting, so you set out to explore the palace grounds. Not far from the park, on the shady side, lies a large compound where servants live. You decide to take a closer look at it. As you get closer, you notice a boy and a girl your age playing with a puppy. The furry creature is darting between the children, panting and trying to yank a stick out of their hands. The two keep tossing it to each other and laughing, but then they spot you. "Hi, wanna join us, your lordship? Come on, we don't bite." They must be the children of the palace staff. Their simple, patched clothing is very different from your fashionable jacket, but nothing in their smiles indicates jealousy or resentment. The children look at you with curiosity. You approach them, suddenly shy but trying not to show it. The puppy runs up to you and sniffs your foot. "Hey there, my name's Emil, and this is my friend Martha." "Hi, looks like Buster here likes you too. Wanna play with us?" You join them, your heart fluttering joyously. Buster struggles in vain to catch the stick as the three of you pass it to each other. The park fills with peals of laughter and the dog's loud barking. And it was laughter, but found wife? But we are so young, who knows? Also, I have this feeling we might not be free to choose our wife. I have this vague feeling. I'm not entirely sure we are in control of our life at all, but we will see. Yeah, she's a commoner. But maybe, what if you run away? No, we want greatness. We don't want love. We want greatness. Though, if we become the greatest, we can do whatever we want, right? We will see. We will see. Martha fumbles her throw and drops the stick on the ground between you. Seeing his chance, the puppy rushes to claim his prize. Not so fast! You manage to grab his brown tail just in the nick of time. Oh no! Sharp pain suddenly pierces your hand. As you snatch it back, you realize that your sleeve is torn and there's red blood on your skin. Buster gives you the guiltiest look his puppy eyes are able to convey. You feel his wet muzzle poking you as the puppy tries to lick the bite better. You don't hold this against him in the slightest. You scratch his ear, telling him it's okay, not a big deal at all. Bet my friend will panic now. A shadow falls upon you. A lanky man with a bushy mustache towers over you and the other children. His sharp eyes zero in on your bleeding hand. "To the guillotine! No! No, but..." What was this sound? The unsuspecting puppy is wagging his tail, excited to keep playing. Still silent, the stranger unseats his sword and runs Buster through in a single indifferent motion. What? Buster! The dog yips and starts wheezing, his paws scratching against the ground. The puppy's big wet eyes come to rest on you as the fear and pain in them fade to nothingness. The terrifying man stands there, watching you dispassionately. He calmly asks Emil and Martha not to hurt you, then flicks the blood from his sword and walks away. You hear him order a servant to have your wound treated. A lump rises in your throat. You clutch the puppy's limp little body close to your chest. Tears roll down your face as Marta's cries ring in your ears. Bro, and it was... Bro. Emily's frozen in impotent grief. Marta presses up against him, crying on his shoulder. How can you fix this? How can you take it all back? How did this happen? Buster never beat anyone. It feels as though you've forgotten how to breathe. How could this have happened? If you'd never come here, the dog would still be alive. The thought burns like fire, and you can't seem to stop your tears. The boy and the girl kneel down next to you, petting their dead friend. For a while, the only sound that breaks the silence is your quiet sobbing. You force out a shaky sorry. This all feels like your fault. Eventually, Marta stands up, wiping her face on the dirty hem of her dress. Let's go to the temple. The twins will help us. You ask if they are really going to give the puppy a new life. No, the gods do not grant rebirth to animals, but they will help us cope with the pain and set us on the right path. Haven't you ever been to the temple? You shake your head and ask them to tell you about the twins. The elder gives us his love, while the younger makes sure everyone follows the rules. Come see for yourself. The temple isn't far. Emil and Marta grab your hands and start dragging you somewhere. Before long, you see a beautiful building decorated with carved stone pillars. This must be the temple of the twins. Maybe if you tell the gods about what just happened, you'll feel better. She's acting very strange for a little girl. I mean, it depends. It depends how they were raised, right? Like it's we still have to kind of figure out the setting. So maybe the whole religion thing will could help us make sense of this. But I agree. I mean, she's acting quite strangely. Was it a girl I know already ate us and bully us? She can't hate us and bully us. She will be killed like the dog. She's the daughter of a servant. Like she has to know her place. Most of us never experienced the night coming to slaughter our dog. Yeah. Maybe it's also... No, I don't think it's a dream. They're only nice to... I don't think they have a choice. I mean... And it's not like we ordered the dog to be killed. We were playing with them, the dog beat us, but we are clearly a noble. And the dog was killed by a dude, by a guard. We are 8. Like, we're all kids. It's not our fault. It's nobody's fault. Like, shit happens. We were all crying. So I don't think... If anything, she has to be angry at the guard. But at the same time... Can she be angry at the guy? Like, if you are raised knowing your place and knowing that if you overstep, you freaking die, we have to remember the setting. Raised knowing that the guard is... Yeah. I mean, the only thing you can do is coping with what happened. If you are an 8-year-old servant, you are... I think they are pretty much worth nothing. It sounds bad, but it is what it is. Okay, let's see. There are two big statues right after you walk in. You can't miss them. They are the twins. The elder has a lash and the younger has a sword. I always tell the elder about all my troubles and mistakes, so he'll wrap me up in his love. Most girls I know would keep blaming the night, but most girls you know are modern girls. Like, we can't really hold the we can't really hold the modern day standard. Also, I feel like the religious component might be important, and we still have to figure it out. Because in the very beginning of the game, the twins were mentioned, and it feels like they are those who kind of judge you after you die. But yeah, we'll see. Servants are usually worth more than your normal... Yes. I mean, they're not slaves, yes. The chair controls even the children? Is that new? Are you surprised? Like, if you grow up religious, especially when you are young, you don't question what is taught to you because you don't have the instruments. Like, these are 8 years old. The church controls everyone in certain... Religion in general. I mean, if you grow up thinking that X is the truth and you don't know any other truth, that will be your truth. It's not even a problem. And if in this setting we have the twins, and the twins will make everything better as long as you pray for them, then it is just like that. Hello, Booze! Happy weekend! Happy Friday! I am sitting properly. Can you believe? I'm melting. It is warm. It is warm. Yeah, the heat. The heat. My AC is amazing. That's nice. I have no AC, but my flat is generally on the cold side, though it's like 30 degrees outside. Like, bro. Do you have DC? Yes, of course. Right now. Okay. So we are going to pray to the twins. I think you should talk to the younger. He's fair. He'll tell you if it's really your fault or not. If you are guilty, just accept his punishment and you'll feel better. Pick one of them. Go ahead. We'll wait here for a bit. Your mouth goes dry from trepidation as you walk up the grand staircase. All you can see is the wheezing dog dying because of you. Which of the gods will you approach? The one who will console you, or the one who will assess your guilt? Mouse over the Lock of Fate to view its requirements. The requirements are not met, the Lock of Fate will be locked. Okay. Oh! We can come to know both gods? Let's go! But we want to know everything, so we approach both gods. I mean, we have this chance, so I think it makes sense. But yeah, I agree. No, I would have gone for justice, I think. But no, we will try to know both gods. I would have gone for justice because I know I am not in the wrong. That's my angle of being a douche. I know I'm not. Also, right now we are kids, so I don't know if we can already have the exact angle we wanted at the end of our life. But yeah, come to know both gods. Very curious. The temple is mesmerizing in its vastness. Curiosity dulls your pain for a moment. You want to learn a little bit more about the mystery in which these statues of the gods are shrouded. You decide to approach each of them in turn. You take several steps toward the figure of the elder, who is gripping a lash. An unfamiliar feeling washes over you like a wave. You realize that you're not alone anymore. That's not all. You never have been, and you never will be. Okay, so religion is strong. As in, the gods are real. Okay. Divine grace fills your heart, and you begin to breathe easy. It's as though you are one with the entire world. The elder's eyes bathe you in care, tenderness, and compassion. You are part of a great plan, a united family living in this eternal bliss. Your mind grows clear, filling with joy. The sorrow you felt dissolves in a love that knows neither blame nor judgment. So, is this like a... This feels like a very convenient hack. If you do anything bad, you go to the elder and you are suddenly happy again. Okay. No, okay, okay. You want to stay here, floating on this cloud of love, but your curiosity urges you to move on. What is the other god like? The one who holds a sword. You tear yourself away from the statue of the elder and approach the younger. The figure holding a sword gives you a stern look. Cold, mercilessly bright light fills the temple, exposing things and actions for what they truly are. No secret can hide from the younger's gaze. Mortal trappings blown away, your bare soul faces divine judgment. The younger looks at you and finds you blameless. I knew it! I knew... Sorry. A dog is nothing before the law of the twins. The true shape of things becomes clear to you. It now seems obvious that you have committed no crime. Your soul seems to unfurl, freed of its heavy burden. Nice, okay. So we are now happy and unburdened. Fantastic, fantastic. Hello, Dread! Thank you so much for the lurk. Have a great day. Good luck, good luck. Your mind grows clear. Your limbs feel light. Ever curious, you look up at the high, arching ceiling of the temple. Is there anything above the two gods? Is there something besides them? I really like this. Like, it's so cool. Cool picture. You think you see some kind of shadow lurking up there, but then you feel dizzy and have to lower your gaze. Is there a third god? Oh ho ho! The world is so full of wonders. You have looked into the faces of gods and come to know them. This thought fills you with power and joy. You expect to see Emil and Martha as you exit the temple, but they've already left to bury the puppy. You make a promise to look for them and tell them what happened in the temple. You feel a sort of kinship with your new friends, something important that's hard to put into words. You will be sure to find them. You will meet them again. Okay, more scholarship. Next. Are we turning 10 now? Yes! 9! Okay, we are 9. The story, I am very interested in this story. The Lotless. Every day after lessons, you take a walk in the park, but for the past week you have been playing alone. Emil and Martha haven't come out. You scold yourself for never having found out where your friends live. The moment you see them again, you'll be sure to invite yourself over. The column of light connecting the ground to the sky draws your eye. What the fuck? Okay. Oh, yeah, no, normal, yeah. Emil told you that it is the shining pillar. Atop that pillar is the seat of the twins, from which they can see absolutely everything. Neither a closed door nor a closed heart can hide anything from their gaze. Could you ask the gods what happened to your friends? Would they deign to respond? Emil's voice suddenly rings out. Finally, you rush towards your friends, asking them where they went. He bobs. I can't take this seriously. Why did we call ourselves Bobster? Fuck my life. Hey, Bobster. Martha and I just went through the rite of the sacrament. We got our lots in the Temple of the Twins and, well, we had to stay home for a couple of days. Bobby would have made... I mean, we have this name. This name comes from a book, right? So, you know. But Bob's... The sacrament? Lots. You've never heard of these things before. You ask your friends to tell you more. What? You don't know? Didn't your parents tell you? Which parents? The twins gave people 3 lots in life. Anyone who defies their lot is doomed to eternal suffering at the foot of the shining pillar when they die. Martha suddenly starts to sing, tapping her foot in time with the beat, a carefree smile on her face. I love listening to her. Thank you, kitten! Ah, thank you. When the twins came down to earth, they brought lots for every birth. Let us count them 1, 2, 3. The twins made them for you and me. Nobles rule and bravely fight. They protect us with their might. Priests work hard to understand, guide us by the twins' commands. Common people work and toil, always patient, never spoiled. Give your lot where you were born, to the day when you pass on. Know your lot and know the prayer, for the twins see everywhere. Sounds like your friends have been told how they should live their lives from this point on. They've been shown a path they can follow without having to think. You ask them what happens when someone receives their lot during the sacrament. Emil pauses to... What is that scar? What the fuck is this? What? This setting is kinda unsettling. Emil pauses to think, looking away. Then he just turns around and hikes up his shirt in the back. A wide, angry red scar runs across Emil's scrawny back. No shit they had to stay home for a while? It's just a lashing for the lowborn, because our lot in life is to work, endure, and suffer. It hurts to move at first, so Emil and I stayed home. The scar will serve as a reminder to us. Yeah, so I think they really... The whole they must know their place thing, I feel like it really makes sense in this setting. This is nasty. Bro has the Zoro scar, pretty much. Or the Luffy scar. They mark the people they own. No, it's not like the people they own. It's like they mark the lowborn. It's not like the twins own them, because the twins are the gods, right? It's still super shitty. It's like, since you are a lowborn, you will be marked, so you remember that your life has pretty much no value. Dude, okay. Don't look like that. Having a lot is really important. Everybody suffers, but at least now our pain will have a purpose. It will bring us closer to the twins. I like that it's my lot to work. The gods were really smart when they gave us the lots. Working can be nice, especially when you're good at something. And all our hard work will be rewarded by bliss on the peak of the shining pillar. Okay? Yeah? Your friend's humble glee makes jealousy claw at your insides. I don't know, I don't, and Bobster, I wouldn't feel jealous about this. You ask if everyone has a lot. Of course. The twins assign a lot to every single person. How can somebody live without knowing who they are and what they were born for? If you don't know your lot, you could violate it without even realizing and be doomed to eternal suffering at the foot of the pillar. There's just no atoning for that kind of failure. Okay, so pretty much you are born, and at some point in life, you go in front of the twins, they tell you who you are supposed to be for the rest of your life, and you do exactly that so you can have bliss once you're dead. Yay. It sounds horrible. Holy shit. Okay. That's why you have the sacrament when you're a kid, so you can know your fate and your place in the world as soon as possible. So, when are you gonna have yours? You shuffle your feet, feeling self-conscious. There's nothing for you to say. The makers of this didn't care for the church. Not necessarily. I mean, I think having various interpretations of religion is cool. Religion is part of life. It has always been part of life. So, having some type of religious angle is always interesting in my opinion. This is for sure not a positive take on that. It's very fatalist. Who was there was one monk, I think. Was it Calvino? I don't remember, but there was at some point a very fate-oriented branch of Christianity. I think it was in the Middle Ages, that was really tied to the idea of being born with a specific fate and not having to defy it. This reminds me of that a bit. It's interesting. It's always an interesting discussion, I think. Will we have a lot, is the question. And what is our lot? Emil and Martha's parents told them about the lots. The only people you could ask about yours are Cornelius and Ferdinand. Will they answer? Why are you so different? Why is your destiny still so vague? It's not puritanism. Let me check. Now we will have a moment of silence in the game. It's it is fatalism, but it is a specific type of fatalism connected to a certain order. It was in Italy for sure. Why are we so deep in religion? Because there is a very strong religious component in the game, and it's interesting. But that specific fatalism that I was thinking of is just, the idea that you are born with a destiny and you have to accept it. And it reminds me, this reminds me of that. I expect that we will be different from the others. I don't know. We will see. But yeah, I find the setting of this game very compelling. Emil and Martha notice your confusion, but can only shrug. A discomforting weight presses down on you. You decide to leave. You say goodbye, then trudge back to your room to spend some time alone. You feel lost. You wonder which world you really belong to. The cold austerity of the palace, the lessons with Ferdinand and Cornelius, it's all preparing you for something important, something much bigger than yourself. Your mentor said you had to study so you could be ready when he needed you. But when will that time come? What do you need to get ready for? The questions just keep piling up. Emil and Martha are so genuine, so open-hearted. It seems like they are willing to accept you as one of their own. They make you feel warm and happy inside without asking for anything in return. But you're not like them. Where exactly do you belong? No one else has to wonder about their fate or their purpose in life. Everyone else has all the answers ready for them the moment they are born, but not you. It seems you'll have to choose your own path and face the consequences. You toss and turn, the little song about lots stuck in your head. Sleep eludes you, just like the answers to all your questions. A single word keeps echoing in your mind, lotless. Okay. The whole family is gathered around the table. It's Martha's family, but they don't make you feel like an outsider. This isn't your first dinner with them. At first, they welcomed you into their home with caution, even trepidation. But they opened up eventually, offering genuinely happy smiles, asking involved questions, and showing you what heart and home really feel like. They've gotten used to you, and you like coming here. It's nice and cozy. You enjoy the quiet affection Martha's parents share, their warmth and acceptance, and the feeling of kinship they inspire in you. This place makes you forget that you are different, without parents or a lot. The juicy slab of meat on your plate smells of cloves and cilantro. Even though Martha's family are commoners, they are by no means poor. Her father is a servant at the palace, so he earns a decent salary. Martha's mother says the dish is a family recipe passed down to her from her grandmother. All Moritz women know it. Martha's mother goes on to say that this game takes place... Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, herbs... Yeah, herbs are herbs. It's also, like, the year, as far as we know, it's 1100. 1125. It is the year. But we don't know if it's Earth or some... It's probably a fantasy universe, but set on Earth, or some Earth adjacent place, I would say. Martha's mother goes on to say that even when a woman marries into another family and takes her husband's name, a little something from her birth family stays with her. She goes by Peters now, but Martha's mother still keeps the special Moritz recipe alive to pass it down to her daughter one day. There will come a time when Martha will change her last name too, but she'll still make this recipe for her husband and remember her mother. You thank the woman for the food, telling her how delicious it is, but your mind is elsewhere. Why does everyone have a last name but you? Why are you just Bobster? Why don't you have anyone to teach your family traditions or pass your ancestors' wisdom down to you? Martha's father, a short, balding man, asks you and Martha about your day. He's soft-spoken and his eyes look a bit sad and tired. You tell him you've been teaching Martha to read. Pleasantly surprised, he offers to lend you one of his books. As a scribe, he has a modest library at home. Martha's mother is trying to talk you into having seconds when you hear heavy footsteps outside the door. Martha's father suddenly looks worried. Ducking under the doorway, a stranger enters the room without so much as a knock. He's elegant and finely dressed, with pale blue skin and smoldering eyes. He's another one of the blue dudes. Everyone gets up from their chairs, conversation abandoned. You are so startled you almost dropped your napkin. You notice the tense line of Martha's father's shoulders. Her mother's knuckles turn white as she clutches the hem of her dress. Marta casts you a frightened glance, but looks down a moment later when the Arknian comes closer. The newcomer takes a seat at the table, sinister smile slithering across his face. Tarquinius. Please pardon the intrusion. I couldn't help but notice the enticing smell of your feast from outside. I suppose we have the lady of the house to thank for this sumptuous repast? Marta's mother nods and murmurs her thanks, her eyes strained on the floor. The entire family stands tense and silent, darting meek looks at their late-night visitor. You've done quite well. Diligence and hard work pave the path to bliss for people like you. Yet, those who grow lazy or simply lack the skill are doomed to a very different fate. But where are my manners? There's no need to stand, my gracious host. Please sit with me. Stranger words are sickeningly polite, but his voice has a steely ring to it. Marta's father sits down cautiously, thanking the visitor for his honor. His wife heads to the kitchen, still glaring at the nobleman as though he were a savage beast. The lady of the house comes back and puts a plate of food in front of the Arknian, along with a knife and a two-pronged carving fork. She apologizes for receiving such a distinguished guest in such unbecoming poverty, then gives him a low bow and asks him to deign to sample this humble meal. The visitor cuts the meat unhurriedly. Pinkish juice pools out on the platter. The Arknian turns to face the man of the house. You are right-handed, aren't you? No, why is he... Yeah, Pi, yeah, why is he asking? Oh my god, did he do something wrong? Will he get his non-dominant hand cut? So he can still work? Oh boy. I don't like this dude, I don't like this, I don't like this. And stabs his fork right through the lowborn man's left hand. I could feel it. I could feel it. No other reason to ask a poor person what's the dominant hand is. Wasn't even the knife. Fork. Okay. Blood splatters on the tablecloth. The fork has gone clean through the man's hand, pinning it to the wood. You hear a dropped cup shatter on the floor. His face a pale white. Marta's father shakes like a leaf, but somehow keeps from crying out. His wife makes an aborted motion to come to his side, but then she looks away and stays put. Everyone bites their lips to keep silent. The only sounds in the room are the father's quiet whimper as he pleads for forgiveness. The visitor continues in a patronizing tone. As you can see, a job poorly done brings suffering both in life and the hereafter. The Blue Book preserves the great legacy of the Milanidases? A job poorly done brings me... We're high. Happy Friday. Milanidases. I think it's a name. Milanidases. You miss the word while transcribing it. A heinous offense. To labor is your lot, so you must do it well. He transcribed the word wrong and he gets the... Okay, no, I understand. Congrats for the 253 queer! Thank you. Okay, yeah, okay. Okay. This game... You're so ruthless. Fuck. Marta's father nods over and over, groveling and promising to correct his mistake. Marta's mother offers to serve the nobleman the good wine they keep for special occasions. This is the least she can do, given that such an important guest has graced their home with his presence. I wouldn't mind some wine, but spare me your groveling. My visit is a matter of necessity, and my true interest has nothing to do with your husband's misdeed, so be silent. You girl, bring us the wine and 2 clean glasses. With a quick curtsy, Martha hurries back, carrying a dusty old bottle and 2 wine glasses. With that done, she returns to her mother's side by the table and averts her gaze meekly. You wonder what's going to happen next. Suddenly, the visitor turns to you. Oh? You don't belong here, boy. You should spend more time in the company of nobles. These humans are weak, subservient cattle. All they can teach you is obedience and servitude. Oh. Have you already forgotten your guests, my gracious host? Martha's father serves the wine, his right hand trembling. His left is still pinned to the table, and his lips have not lost their pallor. He spills several large drops on the tablecloth. Forcing out a smile through the pain, he murmurs obsequious words of gratitude to his guest. He has learned a valuable lesson and feels greatly honored by the visit. The sight is so humiliating you can't help but cringe. We're reading about vampire? No. We are reading about... how do I explain it briefly? So we are this young boy. We don't know who our parents are. We don't know where we come from. We've been in a room for the first years of our life until a man with... we believe we are highborn, absolutely. A man with blue skin. It's from a race called Arknian. Came to take us out and started having us study. And yeah, we are learning a bit about our surroundings. We are clearly noble, and religion is very important. There are 2 deities called the twins, and they judge people once they die to decide if they will have bliss in the afterlife or not. And when people are very young, they get a lot from the twins. And it's pretty much what they have to do in life to reach bliss in the afterlife. So what their fate will be. So if you're born a servant, you will have to work for the rest of your life, and so on. But we don't know our lot. And we don't know who we are. And that's it. And right now, while we were dining with some of the servants, one of these blue people appeared and was like, "The fuck you doing here? These are gonna be on the test?" Yes. Yes, be ready to answer questions on Monday. They mark commoners with the big scar X on their... Yeah, exactly. The commoners, when they receive their lot, also get marked so they remember their place. And like they get marked when they are like 8. Can you repeat it also? I can write down, no, but you can watch the VODs. It will be like a video lesson. Aren't you lucky? Hello, Mando, happy Friday, welcome. Okay. What could these people possibly have to teach you? To serve others and apologize? Since Cornelius let you out of your shell so soon, you ought to stay with your equals, not lower yourself to the level of this common riffraff. The strong will elevate you, while the weak will render you just as insignificant as they are. The man never takes his eyes off of you, as if the others don't even exist. He offers you one of the ruby-red glasses. To the power of the Arknian houses, and to your grand future, drink with me, and never set foot in this hovel again. The Arknian watches you expectantly. Toasting with him would be your first step into the great world of the Arknians. But is that a future worth betraying your friends for? Or maybe you are reckless enough to argue with this powerful visitor on behalf of the poor owners of this house. No. We want to become the greatest. So fuck the poor. Okay, we can't do this anyway. We can't stand up for Martha's family. We need more passion, and we are logical. We are drinking with the Arknian. Because this is the... I think you have to go quote space add. I think that was the command, but... I know all the fucking prayers. Let me try. Let me try. Quote add. Perfect. Perfect. Now let's drink with the blue dude. With the giant smurf. Let's go. The Arknian said, "Your grand future." What did he mean by that? You meet the visitor's haughty gaze, but can't bring yourself to ask. You lift the glass to your lips and take a sip. The wine tastes sweet. It burns you from inside and brings a flush to your cheeks. Aren't we 9? Wait! We are like 9! Your muscles fill with strength, your shoulders squaring on their own. The visitor nods in approval and smiles. You don't really want to look at Martha's family, who are standing there like statues. They avoid looking you in the eye too, silent and subservient. Martha is the only one you nod to on your way out. Sure, you enjoy playing with her when you have the time, but you won't be mixing with her family anymore. We are late to start drinking wine in Italy. After leaving Martha's house, you go to find Ferdinand. Locating him doesn't take long at all. He's in the library, where you've had countless lessons with him before. Ferdinand jumps up as soon as he sees you. Bobster! Good to see you. I was just thinking about you. I was talking to my friend Gunther Elbreen yesterday. We had the most fascinating discussion about the rise of the Empire. I'm looking for history books to test my theory. Do you know what I've come to realize? Even though this is the Arknian Empire, it wouldn't be where it is today without the human nobility. According to the laws, only nobles have the right to rule. The Arknians are born and bred into the nobility, but there are too few of them to run an entire empire. So when the empire expanded to include the entire known world, humans began to act as the local authorities. The Arknians need us. Without us, there would be no empire. The Arknians are also very conservative and tend to cling to the past. We humans have shorter lifespans, but we are more adaptable, which means we advance more quickly. Most recent breakthroughs were made by humans. You spend the rest of the evening with Ferdinand. His keen intellect makes him a compelling conversationalist, no matter the topic. His comportment shows no sign of the bowing and scraping you saw in Martha's parents. Perhaps that strange nobleman was right after all. You belong with nobles. People should only mix with their equals. Hey. Damn. We're turning 11. Okay. The parade. So, on one end, I would really like to play more. On the other, we've played for 2 hours. This is quite a long demo. So I think we can stop here. If you like the game, wishlist it. We have the link pinned in chat. I personally really like it. I am not sure it's a game I would stream. Maybe because of all the reading. But I am pretty confident I will get it for myself. Because I really like this type of game. It really relaxes me. And I might even get their other game to check it out. Because, I don't know, I find it really compelling. I like the art. It's cool. But most of all, I really like the story. I find it interesting. It makes me want to know more. So yeah, I mean, I like this kind of game. So I had a feeling it would have been the case for this one too. Puppy gets no. Come on! I'm not talking about the content. I'm talking about like reading and making choices. It reminds me of, you know, the choice books before the internet. Have you ever read choice books? Before the yes. Choose your own adventures online. A word like that is yeah, it does. It does. We are not all centuries old. No, but I am talking about the books. Not online, the books. Where you read a chapter and then you are like, oh, I can go to page 10 or to page 98 to see what happens next. Let's go to page 98. Let's go to page 67. Let's go to page 220. Books don't exist in the age of the... People who were born in 208 are already adults. I'm sorry, guys. I am sorry. You did the thing, I did. Anyway, yeah, if you like the game, wishlist it. I did already. Honestly, great. I will look into more games from by this studio because really cool, really cool. Good start today. I would have kept going, but we are on a tight schedule, and I am too slow. Can I save, by the way? Oh, maybe not. Oh, I can. Oh, quit to the main menu. This will save your game. Oh, perfect. Okay, we can do that. But yeah. This was the life and suffering of Prince Jerian. Because probably our name isn't Bobster.